Okay, testing. Can anyone hear any audio now? All right. Welcome back to Ship Planet, everyone. This is Ace. Let's go. That's right. Let's go, guys. This is awesome. Can I just need confirmation if you guys can hear my audio? It's just taking some time. I had to do some troubleshooting. Fantastic. Welcome to the stream, Richard. Welcome, Rajiv. Hey, Tam. Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. This is my first time using this software, and I should I should also thank the guy who actually helped me. Thank you so much. Yeah, well done. Anyway, guys, this is fantastic. Welcome, Mark. Let's rock and roll. That's right. Yeah, that's right, Russ. This is fantastic. We are certainly on our way. Shiba Inu has cracked that 15 billion market cap. Isn't it fantastic, guys? Hey, Anjali, this is fantastic. That's right. Yeah, hey, Mark. I thank you so much, Perry. I enjoy doing this for the SHIB Army. We're definitely going places, guys. We've just cracked an all-time high of 15 billion, and I think we topped our price today at we almost got to 40,000 units, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Mircea? It's certainly possible we could actually get to 4,500 sometime today. It's very possible. How is everyone feeling? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, look, we really have we've done so well up until this stage. It's been a fantastic day. It really started. I'm gonna try and see if I can show you guys where all the activity started because I did have a troll through the blockchain, and it was quite fantastic trying to see where all the data came from. And does anyone actually? Okay, just a second, guys. It looks like I'll need to just answer my phone. Yeah, that's right. There might be a bit of a dip to buy, but to be honest, at the way that it's looking, guys, it looks like ever since we cracked the 30,000 unit mark, it doesn't look like we're going to go back anytime soon because what tends to happen is a lot of the a lot of the trading, it's the fluctuations. It comes from traders, and they tend to trade within a particular range. So and like lately that range, if I can just show you on the chart, that range has been typically, between about 4,000 units. We were trading quite well between probably like the mid 2700s and the mid 2800s. So when we got these two big injections from the, I think it was some venture capitalists. Like what most people are saying, I'll show you guys what I found about these. These are some venture capitalists. I think one of them claimed to be Falcon Capital. They really caused that pump up. So if that sustains, the we're likely to stay up here for quite a while, and it's going to be big gains for a lot of the people who do day trading. But I do think we're going to have a new bottom. Our new bottom might even be. Let me try and see. I'll try to switch this chart up. Well, certainly not that. Well, our new bottom, it certainly might be around the 36,000 unit mark, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's right, Tam. We're on track to flip Doge. Do you know the interesting thing is if you guys take a look at here, we have 15 billion market cap, and I'm just going to duplicate this so we can have a look at Dogecoin. We are literally close to 50% of Dogecoin, and that is quite phenomenal because I'm just going to scroll down here. Have a look at Dogecoin. They're 32 billion. So at 32 billion, we're close to 50% of them. So traditionally, we actually have been trading at roughly about 3%. Remember when we used to trade at about 2.5 billion, 3 billion? That was when you know when Dogecoin has consistently traded around the 15 billion, and we've been inching up, really inching up, which is quite interesting. So if you look at the chart over here, Shiba Inu, we're currently now number 13. That's the highest we've ever been, guys. It's absolutely phenomenal. And 15.1, we're probably going to have some corrections and some consolidations, but still, that's pretty phenomenal in my view. And we've surpassed Avalanche. Avalanche is a fantastic blockchain project. They've actually got a different type of a consensus mechanism, which is not necessarily proof of work or proof of stake. I think I'll have to read it up again. Either way, they're quite a big deal on this. So it's quite a big feat that we've surpassed them. So it looks like we're experiencing some corrections right now. It looks like 3799, but either way, it's quite. Yeah, that's right. There's some selling pressure there, Marcel. You There's definitely some selling pressure. So big question here says Ace is um, 001 possible. Okay, guys, let us see. All right. Okay, so currently this is where we're at, right? Roughly. So in order to get to 001, let's see. I'm not going to take this to 1 cent right now, but let's just see how much it would take. So we're currently at 15, 15 billion. If we're to catch up to Dogecoin, I'm going to double it. So this is close to Dogecoin. So what I might do is I'll add maybe 1.5 billion. So this is pretty much when we match Dogecoin. So anybody who has about 1 billion SHIB tokens will be close to 100K, and with half that much will be close to 50K around about the time we match up with Dogecoin, which is fantastic. But I'm going to try answer your question, SHIB Army. I think you asked when that's possible. Um, I'm not going to try have a guess at it, but I'm just going to try and walk us through. So I believe this is actually quite possible as early as November. So we are currently here at the moment at 4 zeros and 38 with 15 billion market cap. If we double that, I think this can actually happen in November. So I'll probably say that in November this might happen. And why do I think that? That's probably because at the moment, like the market is definitely it's heated up. Actually, let me show you what I prepared for you guys for this stream. If I can just get it to work properly. I would like to show you guys something. It's not that. Okay, it's this. So if you guys can see, okay, just let me know if you guys can still hear any sound. Ryan T is saying, has anyone else lost sound? Just let me know if the audio is still coming in. Yep, looks like audio. Peter says audio is still coming in. Okay, cool. So basically, this is possibly what could have been happening. You know how we recently had the pump from Bitcoin, so that likely gave the market a lot of confidence because all all the market really needed to do was to kind of like to taste blood, and as soon as Bitcoin broke its all-time high, that's we're pretty much in new territory from then on. So it's actually um, most people anticipate that as soon as Bitcoin begins to surge, begins going up, then the typical thing which happens is large cap altcoins tend to get a lot of benefit just afterwards. Typically Ethereum, and then anything within the in the top 10. But the interesting thing is this particular year, what happened was this particular year, it's a little bit different. We have two new contenders in the game now. We have Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, and what I mean by that, they're completely different blockchain projects. Everything else here, which you see here, they tend to be very how can I say? They're very focused on blockchain technology, like Cardano, Ethereum. Solana. All these are blockchain projects. So the solutions which they bring to to you know to blockchain, like technology in general, it tends to be things like faster transaction speeds, and and that's primarily their use cases. All of them, like pretty much all of them. Let's look at them. Binance is Ethereum is a blockchain. Binance is a blockchain. Um, Cardano is one, Solana is one, and they all have their and Polkadot. However, out of all of these, like literally all of the only ones which are just completely different are Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. So um, what tends to happen is Bitcoin, as soon as it hits all-time high, then suddenly people are thinking different. As soon as people get drawn into the market, they're really kind of like scared away by you know uh, all that jargon, the jargon. It's quite complex to understand blockchain technology, but it's actually very easy to get drawn in by Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. So we're going to be experiencing like a big influx of retail investors, and that happened quite. I think if you saw in my previous videos, we had a report from crypto.com, and their study showed that a big portion of the new entrants into the market, they came in as a result of Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. So I think what's happening right now is investors are capitalizing on that. They saw that a lot of the growth came from these type of projects. They're completely different. Like no one could have seen this coming. That's why a lot of people don't like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. It's because we just don't fit into that mold. However, people who are like investors, they have been sort of anticipating this, and if this is to happen again, what's typically going to happen is um, what we're seeing is that people are investing in this, and it's actually not easy to get to these price points, guys, because the higher the price goes, the more difficult it is to increase. And our regular purchases of $100 worth of ship, 1,000, a few thousand, it's really not enough to keep pumping it up. This is why we need investors, as institutional investors. And on that point, I'll try and see if I can find something. Um, okay, I was going to prepare a video earlier, but then yeah, might as well show you guys now. So basically, this uh, all this started about 24 hours ago. Falcon Capital. Um, hey Eddie, Elon tweets soon. Yeah, that'll be fantastic. If Elon does tweet, we just hope that he tweets positively. If Elon tweets, then certainly that would cause, definitely a lot more, how can I say, retail investors to jump in, and that'll be absolutely quite awesome. Anyway, let's have a look through. I'm just gonna have a quick read through the comments. Mr. Passive says, "Remember how high Dogecoin pumped on the back of Robinhood listing that ran 70 cents?" Oh, yeah, that's right. Um, like that's what we're expecting. As soon as Robinhood hits, like there's been a lot of media attention on Robinhood listing SHIB at the moment. So it's very likely that just the news alone is going to pump up Shiba Inu, and we're really in such a good position right now, guys, because we are far from a meme. Um, Dogecoin pumped, just because it was a meme at that stage. But when people look into this, as you know, Shiba Inu has such utility, an ecosystem of tokens, a decentralized exchange, you know, which offers staking, yield farming, NFTs. That's actually quite awesome. I'm just gonna keep scrolling through this. Lots of comments at the moment. Price prediction for the end of the year. Um, David, you're asking the price prediction for the end of the year. Ooh, at this rate, mate, look, I'll give you two scenarios. Um, a good scenario, I would be very comfortable if we at least flipped Doge at its current position. So I think that's quite possible in November. This price here, which I have here, I think that's possible for November. Um, at some point in November. And I'm not just pulling that out of thin air, because what's happening is Bitcoin is also climbing. So I think I've just pumped a little too much from this is from a previous video. So Bitcoin is gonna keep pumping, and I think in November we'll probably have. I think Bitcoin will probably get close to 70, and in that environment, David, if I was to answer your question, that is probably there's going to be a lot of focus on crypto space in general, and media loves anything which is controversial or different, and the two coins which fit that bill are Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, particularly Shiba Inu, because Shiba is like it's completely new to that scene. And I don't know if I told you guys that the people at CoinDesk, especially when Shiba Inu was surging in the at the beginning of October, they actually reached out to me. They wanted like a TV interview. So I'll let you know if I ever get that offer again. It's just that I'm in a different time zone, so I don't think that might ever work out. But anyway, that's just an example to show you that when things are pumping, the media's attention really starts focusing on anything interesting regarding cryptocurrency. And what is more interesting than Shiba Inu at the moment? So let's just say, look, David, if I was to say, to answer your question, 40 billion, I could probably say I'd be happy if we get to 40 billion by, let's just say, maybe early December. So yeah, maybe early December for 40 billion. And I think I'm being very, very, very conservative by saying that, because um, I do think towards the end of November and maybe even December onwards, we actually have a 90 billion possibility. Now, why do I say 90 billion? Because Dogecoin once hit 90 billion, and Dogecoin had no utility at all. It just had tweets from Elon Musk. So, but as you know, Shiba Inu is completely different. Shiba Inu has all this utility which we've packed up, and we've got the layer two solution, Shibarium, which is being built up, and that's going to be something, you know. Um, like as soon as we have Shibarium, yeah, that's right. Eternal Dark Elf. Yeah, there's burns coming through. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of burns. Wait and see. Game says the Falcon is a scam. To be honest, I think you're right. You actually said that. Like, yeah, someone says in the comment section that Falcon is a scam. I was actually about to post a video on them, but then I found that if you try and look up their details, it's actually very difficult. Like they have a false website, and the account is only like a few months old, and I think that they started to try do giveaways, which is very unlike a venture capitalist. So, I do believe that this I do believe that this is it's not it's not legitimate. I was about to do a whole video on it until I tried to until I did some due diligence. But anyway, that's what happens. 4-year target, please, Krishna. Oh, 4-year target. Let's see, mate. Okay, I'll have to look at the simulator to see what I can do. Okay, in 4 years, Krishna, that is a very good question. I think in 4 years, the market will be very different. It's very likely that we could even get to 300 billion market cap for Shiba Inu. So let's see what does that look like. So I say that because um, a lot more mass adoption is coming through. So let's just see what is. Let's just take us to 300 billion to answer my friend over here. I think it was Krishna. How can I take us to 300 billion? I'll probably just double this just for fun. Okay, cool. So in 4 years, I think this is easily possible. We actually might be able to make that before that. If you've noticed, guys, I haven't started burning any of these amounts here. This is just all straight. I'm just increasing the market cap. And how this can be possible? Well, first of all, Dogecoin got close to 100 billion in this year. with no utility, with no mass adoption. Now, Bitcoin has just been approved for an ETF, and that was not even a proper ETF. It was a futures based ETF. So, and I think there's another application going on for a different type of ETF. So in the next 12 months, we are likely to see a lot more institutionalized acceptance of Bitcoin. And as that happens, I think money is going to start pouring into projects which can, like lower market cap projects, which can give more potential of gain at the moment. And you know, places like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin are going to fill that gap quite easily. Okay, let's have a look at some more comments. This year, next time. Doggy Web wants a prediction for this year, this time next year. Uh, let's give us 120K, mate. I'm going to say this time next year. And this is just very positive, being very positive. I think this time next year, I wouldn't be surprised if we got to around here. That means this time next year, if we're about 120 billion, probably even more, probably even 200 billion. Yeah, like Steve, I always make conservative predictions, and the reason why I make conservative predictions is, you know, I think the YouTube space is actually it's littered with a lot of people who don't substantiate. A lot of people they throw out like big amounts, like, oh, we're going to be $1 next month, you know, and they don't even say why. So, I at least try and give some sort of backing behind that. Do I think it'll go high? Yes, but like I would like to put some at least some sort of backing behind my numbers. I do have personal hopes and targets, but then I have to admit that's one of the reasons I'm conservative. If you guys want some wild, like, there's plenty of YouTubers out there who will tell you that like next week we're going to reach 1 cent. Look, I'm not one of those. Okay. Eternal Gandalf says, Ace, use my bag and see how quick it gets to 1 million. You got 5 billion. You got it, mate. Right, let's go. Right, so you have 5 billion. Hold on, I'm just going to take us back to the current price. So, Eternal Gandalf, you have 5 billion at this amount here. So, you currently hold about 194,000 worth of Shiba Inu. So let us try and get you to a million. Okay, cool. So this year, I'd be surprised if we don't get to 30 billion. So let's flip Doge first. So we're going to flip Doge. When we flip Doge, Eternal Gandalf, you'll be close to, you would have at least become a quarter of a millionaire um, in terms of value by that stage. So, and I see this happening quite easily within November. This is just a simulation, guys. I don't really know. Um, and I'm gonna jump that again. I'm gonna add us another 15 billion for December, and yeah, maybe I'll do another one as well. 60 billion by December, and actually I'll even put a bit more because we should be easily able to get to 90 billion by December, just because the global market cap will be a lot higher. So I'm just gonna push us to. Yeah. So, mate, by the time we get to 90 billion, that you would be amongst the first Shiba Inu millionaires. I'm not sure if you'll want to hold, but to be honest, at a market cap of 90 billion, I probably wouldn't. This is not financial advice. I probably wouldn't even sell, because Shiba Inu actually still has a lot of room to grow, especially even at 90 billion. Because think about it like this: Dogecoin was 90 billion in May, and the market just kept on moving. So look, any of you guys who have like 4 billion, like generally people who have 4 billion and up, maybe 3.5 billion, will be the first people to hold values of millions within this. I'm about 1/10 of this. I think I've got about half a million SHIB, so that'll be about 100K, um, which is still all good. So Savar has 700 million. In 5 years, what's the value going to be with my smart simulations? I wouldn't call them smart, but they they are market accurate. So to answer your question, mate, let's see. Let's try pump this to What would your 700 million be? 700 million. Okay, cool. So right now you have about 27k worth of Shiba Inu. Well done. So let's pump 5 years. Oh, mate, what I'm going to do is in 5 years, okay, in 5 years, did you guys know that according to Kathy Wood, okay, let's just jump over here and see what we can do. Um, Kathy Wood Bitcoin 500k. Cool. So this is Kathy Wood. This is a big Bitcoin investor. I've said this in one of my videos before. She predicts that Bitcoin is going to reach 500,000 in 5 years. So if that's gonna happen, I'm just gonna answer your question. This is gonna go for everyone as well. I'm just gonna go to BTC here. Let's take us in 5 years. So what are we in 5 years, guys? We're gonna be, what's that, 2026? So I'm just gonna scroll here all the way to 2026. Scroll to 2026. There we got there 2026 October. Then I'm going to try give us 500k. 500k for Bitcoin. Okay, looks like I'll need to do a lot more than that. Okay, cool. So I'll probably add maybe another 200 billion. Anyway, it'll be close to this. Um, when that happens, according to Kathy Wood, like look at that global it'll actually be 10 trillion. I've done a calculation before. It'll actually be 10 trillion, so which is 10 times more than right now. So when that happens, you can expect um, Shiba Inu to have actually gone up considerably by then. I think I've done a previous simulation, and I think I put Shiba Inu at maybe about 900 billion market cap. So if it was to take us to 900 billion, anyone who joins the stream at this moment, they're gonna think this guy's crazy, because. But anyway, at a 900 billion market cap, you'd have about 1.5 million. Yeah, you'd have about 1.5 million at a 900 billion market cap, and still at this stage, I'm not factoring in burns yet. It could actually be a lot less. For example, we could be at 600 million. Then we could have burnt maybe 30%. So I'm going to burn 30% of SHIB, and like the more that I burn, the higher that'll go. But one thing you also need to realize is the higher the price goes, the harder it is to burn. So if we're going to do any burns, the best time to burn is actually right now, because the higher the price goes, the more difficult it is to burn. It's very unlikely that we'll burn even 50% very, very soon. So if I was to pump this at this stage, yeah, well, according to this, if we were to burn 70%, you'd be at 3.5 million, but it's unlikely that we'll burn 70%. So I'm just gonna click this. I try not to do too many burn simulations because yeah, mate, yeah, like anyone who joins the simulation right now, like we're just having a play. So basically, for anyone who's new to this simulation, I just basically have a set of tools which can run simulations on the price. The real price right now is this is where we're sitting in Shiba Inu. I think we are, yeah, you see 338. thousand units, and I've just pretty much got my simulators pretty much close to that at the moment. However, we're allowed to, like, the fun thing is we can project. We like to have fun and just run basic projections and see what would happen if, basically, if we were to increase the, the market cap, by a certain amount, and if we're even to burn it. So we could burn, let's say, 10% by next year. If we have a market cap of 100 billion, and we burn 10%, whoever this was who had 700 million, you would be, yeah, over 200k up, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to read through the comments. When Lambo, it depends. How much is a Lambo? How much is a Lambo, guys? For me, I'm looking for a Jaguar, to be honest. I like a Jaguar I-Pace, the electric one. Yeah, John Moss says it's definitely worth putting more money, as it has a long ways to go. Yeah, if you can, like, you know, whenever you can, if you could always keep adding to your bags, because it's actually getting a lot harder to buy SHIB. Okay, like, if I was to show you even right now, guys, this is the current price. I'm just going to reduce it to zero. I'm just going to reduce it. So if you're to spend $100 right now, I'm just going to click buy. You get 2 million SHIB. Do you guys remember back in the days? I'm saying back in the days, like it was a long time ago. During these stages, when SHIB, when we were trading, like, back here for a long time, we used to trade around the sixes and the sevens for the longest period of time. $100 then, used to get us close to 20 million in some cases, but now we're just getting like 2 million. So it's getting a lot harder. So anyone who was in, all the diamond handlers who were enduring this period here, we're actually reaping the rewards of all the constant buying the dips. In fact, you didn't even really have to buy a dip. You could buy it at any point. You could buy at the top. It's still good. You could have bought at 9,000 units, and and you'd still be really, like, doing well. Ace, can you please predict the burn for the next 2 years? Who? Um, okay. Can I predict a burn for 2 years? What I That's actually, there's actually lots of burns, like, coming up. To be honest, I think between now and the next few months, we're going to hear of a lot more community burns. Obviously, we've got burns which are internal to the Shiba Inu ecosystem. We now have optional listing burns, as in anytime new pairs get listed on ShibaSwap. Actually, let me just have a look. Let's go to the SHIB token website, and then, oh, and I might as well do a just an announcement. Just, you guys watch out for spammers. Spammers and scammers. There's tons of those. In fact, I don't reply to many comments, because with every comment which comes through, well, except on this live stream, I suppose, with every comment which comes through, there's like, at least two bots and spammers. So I spend a lot of time just trying to block them. And I know most of you guys are pretty aware of it, but don't click on any malicious links. Crypto space is filled with them, especially during bull runs like this. Scammers really love this moment, because there's a lot of people who come in to who are new to crypto, and people who are new to crypto, they can get tripped up quite a lot. So Europop doing community super chat burns. That's awesome. To be honest, I don't even. This is my first live stream. I don't even know how to. I don't even think I've ever had a super chat, and I don't think the software which I've had, which it does, I don't think it'll show me if I get a super chat. No idea. But that would be actually pretty cool. Thank you very much, Kohan Nike House. Yeah, that's right. Tiger Mounts. There's WhatsApp phone numbers on YouTube videos all the time. So basically, if I'll never give my WhatsApp or request a WhatsApp for ever anyone. So I would probably just stay away from those guys. If you can, just always report them and remove them if you can. That's the best solution which we have against spammers at the moment. Okay, is it possible to reach 1 cent by 2027? Ooh, that's probably the best question which I've heard regarding 1 cent. I'm responding to Sachin Chowdhury. Most people they ask me, can we get to 1 cent by December? And they ask me, can we get to 1 cent, November? And so I really appreciate your question, by saying by 2027. Oh, I see it certainly possible at that stage. 2027, because such in by 2027, the crypto market will be completely different. There'll be a lot more mass adoption. Bitcoin would probably no longer be dominant anymore, but it will have at the very least 10 billion, I mean 10 trillion in market cap alone. And the global market cap, it will be so big by then, and any sort of dominant crypto, as long as Shiba Inu can gain and maintain its dominance and also have strong community burns. To answer your question, Sachin, uh, I do think that's the only time you'll ever hear me, say that 1 cent is possible. The further you put it up, the more likely I am to say yes. So, do I think it's possible by 2027? I certainly would hope so, because we all would like, to be millionaires. Hey, so yeah, hopefully even sooner. Yes, that's right, Themis Hondros. I think by the end of 2025, 1 cent is it's certainly possible as well. Yeah, sure. I can put a link to my software, guys. It's just at shibplanet.com.au. I suppose I should put that. If you guys are interested, shibplanet. I'll put that in the comment section. I'm actually very new to this software, so I don't really know how it fully works. And but for anyone who wants access to the software, this is just a version which I use for my videos and stuff. But you can always just check it out. Q4 expectations. Okay, Alpha Metro. Q4 expectations. Look, let's flip Dogecoin, guys. This year, let's flip Dogecoin. We can certainly do it. They're at a 30 billion market. We are literally 50% of Dogecoin, and we've just done that in less than a month. We've literally jumped from 3 billion to 15 billion, and we're getting a lot more global attention. So my Q4 prediction is whatever Dogecoin, at the very minimum, to answer your question, Alpha Metro D, we're going to flip Dogecoin wherever it is. Because I don't think Dogecoin has the momentum that it used to. Dogecoin, which is okay, that's Dogecoin killer. Dogecoin's at 32. It's been trading still pretty flat. The only thing which can pump Dogecoin is Elon Musk at the moment, because I'm a holder of Doge, but I don't really follow it. So I don't know if they have any utility which they're building like Shiba Inu. I hardly doubt that. So I do think it's just Shiba Inu is just it's miles ahead in terms of utility. So I do not see Dogecoin going up. And also Dogecoin is inflationary. It means that there's more tokens coming every single month in Dogecoin. I'll just quickly show you my Doge simulator. So Dogecoin, if it reaches this is the all-time high it's ever reached, and actually every month 432 million Dogecoins are added every single month. Whereas with Shiba Inu, we're actually burning tokens. So um, Doge said it has more use cases. Fake news. Yeah, yeah, I don't know that, to be honest. I have no idea of what Dogecoin has. Just to respond to you, Kohanaiki House. I personally, I haven't heard any, but like if anyone knows that Dogecoin has utility, that's great. I'm a Shiba Ami person. Tiger Mount says Dogecoin holders have been swapping to SHIB a lot. That's certainly true. I know there's certainly a lot of incentives. There's even a few payment platforms who are offering rewards for people to swap their Doge to SHIB. Yes, you're right. If the market cap doubles, yes, the price doubles. Alpha Metro, if the market cap, well, the Dogecoin is currently at 30 billion. Like you should ignore this one here. That's just something else. So yes, you're right. If the market cap, Dogecoin is exactly 32 billion. So what I mean by when if the market cap doubles, we're at 15 billion. If we double that, we would be at 30 billion. I don't think it is far fetched for us to add another 2.5 billion. So I'm just being a rough estimate. I'm just saying if we double our market cap, we would pretty much be close to Dogecoin. I mean Doge right now because Doge is 32 right now, and I do not think it's gonna move any bigger because a lot of the attention is coming to Shiba Inu. Show some love to Ryoshi Vision. Okay, guys. Okay, somebody says show some love to Ryoshi Vision. Very funny you mentioned that. Usually I am 100% Shiba Inu channel, but I actually do have a Ryoshi Vision um, like calculator. Like one of the things which is cool about Ryoshi Vision is I liked their marketing. Like in their marketing, they well I wouldn't call it marketing. They have a a sort of relationship with Shiba Inu where anyone who stakes SHIB actually receives Ryoshi Vision tokens. Now I do know some of the guys who promote Ryoshi Vision, and I find that like in terms of tokenomics, Ryoshi Vision is everything which just in terms of tokenomics, because they have the exact same. They minted 1 quadrillion, then they burnt half a quadrillion, but then after that, I think they have reflection. And I think they have for every transaction they burn. So everything which people ask for Shiba Inu to have in terms of burning per transaction, Ryoshi Vision actually has. So if you are not Shiba Inu billion, now this is not financial advice, and I don't even have that much in Ryoshi, but then like if Ryoshi Vision mimics what Shiba Inu did before, like your best chance at mimicking Shiba Inu, you know, you know actions before it could be in Ryoshi Vision if they can market themselves well enough and get the same sort of traction. Then Ryoshi Vision could actually like you could get a good return from Ryoshi Vision just because they have really good burn mechanics, and I haven't looked too much into their utility, but yeah. So that's to answer your question. I don't know who asked that. CoinSpot in Australia, who said that? Because I use CoinSpot because obviously I'm in Australia. So Peter, g'day, how you doing? I do actually. I have like actually I use a ton of centralized exchanges like um yeah, Tigerman says, yeah, Saitama burns 2 or 3% for every transaction. Yeah, man, Saitama is absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. I don't know if you guys have any Saitama bet, but seriously, it has just gone buck wild over the past month, actually. Do I have a chart for Saitama? Mm, no, I don't. I can make one. I can make one for Saitama. I've been so busy at the moment, guys. Um, I really should because in my view, Saitama, it they actually deserve their own. It deserves its own calc. Okay, I'll tell you my personal story. I only put in like a couple of hundred in Saitama back in the days when it started. I didn't think much of it, and then recently I opened up a wallet and I had like you know three look like close to 3,000. So you look anything which can go up that much in value. Look, it'll get my attention for sure. Hey, mate, Shib Army New Zealand, mate. I've noticed a lot of your comments. Thank you so much for your support. Yes, this is my first live stream. I'm using a software called StreamYard, so it's probably very different to what the other YouTubers use. But yeah, I'm glad to be live. Uh, yeah, and I don't know if there's any super because like the software I use, it's so simple. It doesn't show me anything except your comments. But thank you so much. Eternal Dark Elf said you bought 700 worth of Saitama last week and it went up to 3,000. Yeah, man, Saitama, it went crazy. It's going, and I think Saitama will continue doing well because they've got a wallet which is coming out in like pretty much soon, and they've got a lot of these like partnerships. So Saitama is definitely interesting. AB says, I know Ryoshi Vision upcoming utility, DAO, and concert is coming. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Review reviewU.com says thoughts on Bone and price prediction for the next 2 years. Okay, let's talk Bone then. Right. Right now I've got Dogecoin Killer here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just duplicate this and then let's look at Bone. They're actually all pumping at the moment. They're all pumping. Okay, Bone is obviously gone up 15% on the day. So Bone is the governance token of ShibaSwap. ShibaSwap is definitely going to undergo a lot of changes and upgrades most probably over the next couple of years. And oh, an interesting thing, guys. Like we only had a handful of these woofable pairs on ShibaSwap. Like if I count them, I don't know, they might get to 20 or so. But then these have all been very strictly vetted by the Shiba Inu devs. That's why they haven't been growing so much. But now that vetting process, they're now just going to allow anybody to be able to list there. And they're going to give us a bit of a score. So next to each of these, you're going to see a score which will sort of give you a risk rating. And that risk rating, it's up to you to decide for yourself if you want to invest. Anyway, what I'm saying is that's going to allow a lot more people to list on ShibaSwap, and the TVL here is going to increase. So the TVL which we have right now, it is 368 million. It even got close to 400 million. That's with all the limitations. Now, when we remove those limitations, this is most probably even going to easily go into the billions. And I personally would like to see ShibaSwap rivaling Uniswap. So what I tend to do is to answer your question, bone price for the price for bone, Uniswap here. This is our big competition. If ShibaSwap can get as much traction as Uniswap, Uniswap currently has 16 billion, and I think at its all-time high, Uniswap had about close to 50 billion. So if I even give Bone 30 billion market cap, to answer your question, um, let's see, let's just give Bone 30 billion market cap just to answer your question straight away. 30, you said in 2 years. I think by then we'll probably have minted, let's say 80%. Okay, so price for Bone. Okay, that might look high for bone, but for 2 years from now, I do think it could definitely go above 100K. Because bone actually has a very low circulating supply, and I think there actually may be some burn mechanisms associated with that, which is pretty cool. John Moss, thank you very much. Welcome to the show. Greg Jones says, not sure if I'll woof any bone gas. Yeah, that's right, mate. I agree with you. I haven't woofed anything for a long time. I won't woof any until Ethereum 2.0 comes out, when the gas fee issues is reduced. I don't mind accumulating bone. Yeah, that's the only time which I'll do that. What's my price prediction for Shiboshi at the end of at the end of the year? By the end of the year, I think the game should have come out. So I think at the moment the floor price for okay, let me have a look. I'm just going to go to OpenSea. Probably, maybe it'll be good if we got to 2 Ethereum, but maybe 1.5. And I say 1.5 um, because the price of Ethereum is going to be like it's gonna go very high. So right now Ethereum is 4,000. If it continues to pump, like Ethereum could um, could approach 8,000 by that stage. So 1.5 Ethereum still would be a lot of money. Okay, cool. So here's to answer your question. So I'm just gonna click on a random Shiboshi, and I'm gonna go find the floor price. So the floor price is at zero point 0.8 at the moment. So it's gone down, and the reason why the floor price has gone down is obviously the market is cooling down, and there's not a lot of focus on NFTs at the moment, as people are trying to prepare their positions in this in the crypto space. So Shiboshis are not going to get a lot of attention at the moment, but I think towards the end of the year, once the NFT game comes out, we're going to look at a Shiboshi price uh, easily twice this much, like especially once the game of this comes out. So anyone with a Shiboshi, if Ethereum gets to 8,000, um, 1.5, whatever 8,000 multiplied by 1.5 is for one Shiboshi. Yeah, that's probably what you would be looking at. But obviously, guys, this is just a guess. Like, nobody really knows. Okay, will we kick out another zero soon? It'll probably be a while before we do that. Let's see. Um, this is if we flip Dogecoin at 30 billion. This is if we get to Dogecoin's all-time high. Oh, so short answer is yes, yes, yes. We can flip another zero this year. I've just realized I answered my own question, because this is 4 zeros if we match Dogecoin. Yep. So at 45 billion, in fact, if we get half of Dogecoin's all-time high, we'll kill another zero. So guys, let's delete that zero. I think this is certainly possible in the right market. Yes, Tam, I am in Australia. Tam, I'll play a game with you, Tam. If you can guess what city I'm in, I'll send you a free calc. Ah, sorry, not Adelaide, Tam. Not Adelaide. That's right, Kohaneka. I'm in Brizzy. I'm in Bris Vegas. Nah, Aaron, I'm in Bris Vegas. That's right. I'm in Brisbane. Tam, I think you're going to be spamming all the cities until you get it right, but all the ones you've said have not been correct. Oh, did somebody send me a super chat? Oh, thank you guys. For anyone who sent a super chat, thank you so much. The software I'm using there's no capability for me to see that. I'm using StreamYard and I'm very brand new to this. For anyone who sent a super chat, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. There's no mechanism for me to view that. I've just got a comment from Kabbalah said someone sent me a $10 super chat to thank you for my content earlier at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, I didn't get that notification with this software. I will definitely upgrade when I get a chance, but thank you so much. I certainly appreciate that. I don't even know what it looks like from here. I'm using it's such a basic software. I just wanted to get out as fast as possible without having to fiddle to go live without having to fiddle as much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's head back. So Shiba Inu is still doing incredibly well. We are up 40%. We are ranked number 13 out of all cryptocurrencies. We have a market cap of 15.5 billion. That is just absolutely fantastic. We are absolutely rocking it. Like many people didn't think that we could even get this to this stage, and that's fantastic. Thank you, G Suresh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shannon C. Very much appreciate that. Shiba Central, you got a calculator. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I find it very useful as well. Just have a look at it's actually like quite easy to use once you get a hang of it. Because ultimately, all you have to make sure you just do is make sure you got the right circulating supply, set your price, and then set your market cap. All this is just a sum of everything that you put here, and then you're good to go. You just guess whatever market cap. You can take it to the moon. You can take it to $1 if you want. Just spam it as high as you want. It's quite easy to use, and you can also use it for for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, etc. So yeah, definitely cool. Thank you very much, Dolores. I do try, and I really like the Shiba Inu ecosystem, and yeah, it's good to get some meaningful updates. Shiba Inu has a lot of it gets a lot of views, and it can be quite an incentive for people in the YouTube space just to pump out content without giving value, you know. Um, but I'd like, but like after all, we do have an investment, so it's really good to know the full potential of your investment. And that's my perspective with Shiba Inu. So that's why I do try and you know uh, put a lot of effort into helping people to understand you know um, the potential which we have in Shiba Inu. And speaking of potential, we have 15 billion market cap. How's that for potential, guys? Isn't that awesome? Aaron says, "Is Robinhood going to list SHIB?" Well, they better list us because we're pumping at the moment. Like, if they don't, if they haven't already loaded their bags, it's going to be a lot harder for them to do that. So, do I think they'll load? Yes. How far do I think it can go in the next 5 months? Um, I have two two answers to that. I think a possible scenario, I'm going to put it at 45 billion market cap. Why? Because it's not going to half 30 billion is we flip Doge at its current market price, and another 15 billion we would be half of Doge's all-time high. And I think that's very, very, very conservative because Dogecoin hit 90 billion in a previous market with no utility. So I think we can do at least half of that before the end of the year when the global market cap was even higher. So this is my small prediction for the end of the year. If we can do this and eat a zero, I'd be happy. Um, a good end of year prediction is 90. So if we can get to 90, how can I double that? For me, I'd be happy if we got to this level at the very least by the end of December. Yeah, smash that like button. Thanks, Shiba Inu New Zealand. That'll be awesome. To be honest, the software I'm using is so basic, I can't even see a like button. Okay, someone says a long question. Let's have a look. Captain Karamak says, I've seen on Twitter this morning that there are at least 1 million wallets on Robinhood with SHIB on their watch list. What do you think the price would do if we gained 1 million holders overnight? Who, if that, yeah, that would go, we would go buck wild if that happened. Um, so I've never used Robinhood, but I think I'm familiar with the concept. I do think, like it, whilst watch lists is a good indicator. In fact, my question is actually, if that's true, how do people have SHIB on their watch list on Robinhood if it hasn't listed? Is it listed somehow? Is it soft listed? Like, does anyone have Robinhood? Because I personally think anyone who's on Robinhood probably has multiple platforms, so um, it's likely that it may be on their watch list, but they may actually already hold SHIB on another platform. But short answer is we do expect quite a big pump. I don't think 100 million, I mean 1 million people who have their SHIB on their watch list on Robinhood. I don't think that necessarily translates to 1 million holders. I think it Paraguay is accepting Shiba as legal tender next month, starting next month. Oh, I would love it if that happened, and I certainly believe it because the president of Paraguay, he did send a cryptic tweet which really suggested that they may be doing something with a dog themed token. At least that's how I interpret it. So it's certainly possible that Paraguay could be doing that. Thank you for the update, John Moss. I'm using such a basic software. I have no idea who's on my stream at the moment. So I've been told that I have 252 current members, and yeah, and apparently StreamYard is a good choice. So thank you so much for that update. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, Ryan says, do you possibly think the individuals behind this coin are the people that came from when Elon Musk pointed out that Dogecoin needed a purpose and asked for people to make that? So okay, I don't know how long, Ryan, to answer your question. I My understanding of the history of Shiba Inu, it actually started like a little bit prior to August 2020. So Elon Musk, like in my understanding, I think his pumping of Dogecoin started this year. So I don't necessarily think that that spawned people to come to Shiba Inu, but I could be completely wrong. Actually, I do have something. I'll give you guys a quick. This is what I know about Shiba Inu so far. Basically, 2020, or actually how it started is during the days of the AMC and GameStop. That gave Ryoshi the idea that decentralization works. So then he started a token which was Shiba Inu, and he started that completely decentralized. You can actually look at it on the blockchain. And anyway, August 2020, and there was absolutely basically no action at all for quite a long time. I'll just look at the all time over here. So this is when it started. You see how there was basically no price action, and on some days it was even zero. And no, and yeah, like on some days it was even zero volume, all up until around here. So these spikes in prices were caused by interest in Dogecoin, and they just happened to be Dogecoin killer um, at around about that time. So to cut a long story short, shortly after that, the rest is history. You do know that Shiba Inu eventually spiked in price. It reached its 14 billion market cap. Then Vitalik Buterin, he realized that he has 410 trillion SHIB in his wallet. He donated part of it, and he gave some to charity, and then he burnt the rest. And then shortly after that, that's when the utility for SHIB started, and the rest is history. I think I've shown this in a previous video before. We got a CERDIC audit. We built Shiba Swap. We got 2 billion in TVL in the first month. Then all the exchanges started listing us all by themselves. Nobody in the SHIB devs reached out to them, or at least in the beginning. And all this has happened in a decentralized way. And then we're pretty much where we are today, with the exchanges. They're promoting us. Coin Market Cap is promoting us. Each exchange has its own ads which are running for Shiba Inu. And now we've got these partnerships with Now Payments, and that's, yeah, it's just going back wild. And we're burning tokens with Now Payments. Actually, on this point, this is actually one of the biggest things which could happen for Shiba Inu, because with Now Payments integration, it means that any big ticket purchases can actually be now made in SHIB, and a certain percentage of that is burnt. And in a previous video, I once mentioned that, um, you know, what would happen if people could, purchase real estate, because real estate has big amounts, then when that happens, those are big amounts. That's the kind of money which we need to be able to burn significant amount of SHIB, particularly at the prices which we're going. And I think there's a real estate, organization in South America, in Argentina, which is actually accepting SHIB. I'm not sure if they're using Now Payments. I hope they are. That's absolutely fantastic. The more institutional adoption which we get by using this, yeah, I think this is good. My sort of outlook for Shiba Inu is, the more people that begin to jump onto this bandwagon of Shiba Inu, we are all incentivized to do our part in burning these tokens. It's interesting. Like, we have 394 trillion tokens in circulation, and but every holder is incentivized to find ways to be able to reduce this circulating supply. And there's actually so many, yeah, there's so many ways which that could happen. So Tiger Mount says, Ace, if you can't see, Shib Guy, he just donated $80. Thank you, Shib Guy. Thank you so much. I have no way of seeing this with the software which I'm currently using, but thank you so much. I certainly appreciate that. I have seen you on I think on Twitter and even in comments. So I certainly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, there's huge resistance right now at the 39 level, but we're still pushing at it. I'm surprised we're not back down to 37 at this level. Yeah, we're still, look at that. We are straight up 39,000 units and still pumping it. We're going to break that at this rate. Do I own any Shiboshis? Yes, I do. I have 2 Shiboshis. Yes, the burn system is state of the art, definitely. Oh, actually, I did see a super chat from Shush. Yeah, thank you, Shib Guy. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Looks like the I can see super chats coming through. Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate that. Davorin, you says, I just woke up. What happened to Shiba? Do I order a red Ferrari? Yeah, yeah, bro. We are certainly on our way. Depends how much you have. Let me know how much you have. Let's see if you can afford your Ferrari. Uh, Davorin, how much SHIB do you have, bro? I'll I'll calculate and see how much, like if you can afford your Ferrari. Yeah, the SHIB is doing absolutely fantastic. Okay, I'm just gonna read through some comments and catch up on any comments which I've got at the moment. Yeah, definitely, guys. You need to watch out for scams. Basically, don't respond to any WhatsApp. Don't click on any links. And there's no free. There's no bonus. There's no airdrop Shiba. There's no bonuses. Nobody's giving away their Shib. On any Twitter. If anyone is promising you to give you any Shiba, it's almost 100% a scam. Yeah, like nobody's giving, like, especially as the higher the price goes. If someone is telling you they're giving away, a billion Shib, there's no such thing. Yes, Seda, Ship Planet is live. That's right. Oh, Devon, you have 150 mil. Okay, let's take you to the moon. Okay, you have 150 mil. So at the moment, your balance is worth close to 6,000, which is really good. That's fantastic. So, Davorin, if I could simulate what I've been saying today, so our expectation from here onwards is we would like to beat Dogecoin. And I think we're certainly on that way. In the next 24 hours, there's going to be a lot of media attention on Shiba Inu. And when that happens, that's going to bring in a lot more different type of investors. I think by November, I'll be surprised if we have not at least caught up to Doge. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to uh, make us catch up to Dogecoin and flip it in November, most probably earlier. So by then, uh, your 150 mil will be worth like close to 10 grand. But as I've been saying before, I do think that even towards the end of the year, we can add another 15 billion, and by then you'll actually be close to 20 grand by then. I'm not sure if you're going to be continually adding into that. And thank you for the super chat, Seda Rahman. It looks like my software is finally showing that. So yes, Seda Rahman, thank you so much. Says, my G, your content is amazing. Please keep up the good work. Thank you so much for educating us. I certainly appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I will I'll keep going at it. Thank you so much. So to continue answering your question, okay, it says if it hits 1 cent, I'm selling my V10 and I'm buying a damn Ferrari. Yeah, bruh, go for it. Yeah, definitely go for it. Okay, Eternal Dark Alf says a guy on Weeble said he only had 27 SHIB and would not buy anymore. I asked why, and he thinks that it'll get as high as Bitcoin, and so he does not need any more. Well, that's cool, man. That's a lot of faith that guy has. How do you get your hands on 27 SHIB? That's my question, because I'm pretty sure the transaction fees will be higher than um, than that. Rob Dixon, thank you so much for the super chat. Certainly appreciate that, from our Kiwi brothers and sisters in New Zealand. Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate that. Oh, okay. So Weeble free. So Weeble gave 27 free. That's actually the lowest free ship I think I've ever heard. But anyway, like 27, that's cool. Like if anyone needs to be a diamond handler, it's anyone with 27 ship. That's the real diamond handler right there. You know, later for anybody who has billions of SHIB. 27 SHIB, that's the real diamond. Hey, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. That's right. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'll try have a look and see if there's anything I can. Okay, I think I spoke about Bone and Leash before. I think somebody gave me asked me for a price prediction on Bone. I think I gave it in a couple of years. Best case scenario, above $100 for Bone. That's in a good market. Um, I think this is yeah. I actually got Bone to this stage here. It says in 2 years, Bone will probably actually be worth a lot more. I think in a couple of years we'll probably have minted 90% of Bone, and I gave us a market cap of 30 billion, which is close to the market cap of Uniswap at the moment. And the reason why I put Bone at 30 billion is because Bone is the governance token of ShibaSwap, which is the decentralized exchange. And I think at this stage, the more that we grow, the likelier that we can match, you know, the likes of Uniswap. And these are the sort of targets we would like for Bone to have. So basically, you know, at a price of 131, you know, that's about 100x for anyone who's holding any sort of Bone at the moment. I currently have about 1300 Bone, so by then, that's what we'll be looking at. Can SHIB hit 5 cents by December in 2021? I'd hate to disappoint you, man. Unless you've got some sort of secret information, I do not think SHIB will hit 5 cents by December. For it to hit 5 cents, okay, you know, I usually don't talk those kind of price points, but for it to reach 5 cents, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. It'll be over a trillion, and that's bigger than Bitcoin at the moment. It's unlikely everyone is going to sell all their crypto and buy Shiba Inu at the moment. So Tigermon, thank you so much for your super chat. Your $8 super chat. I certainly appreciate that. Says, okay, I'm out. I'll need to look after my son. Stay safe. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you so much for joining the stream. The current price of Bone right now is, I think I've got it over here, 1.87. So Bone is up. All the ecosystem tokens are up at the moment. Bone is up 1.87. To answer your question, Gregory Ross, Bone is up 16% at the moment, and the Dogecoin killer Leash is up 10% at the moment. It's doing phenomenally well. Says, should I buy the dip now or what? Jayesh, to be honest, it's hard to say at the moment because we're actually seeing a lot of buying pressure. So it's hard to say what the dip actually is. I'll just head to Trading View. Um, yeah, to be honest, it's hard to say. So I certainly can't advise you at the moment. Is it worth purchasing NFTs at this point in time? It depends on John Moss. It depends on how much you'd want, like how much you're willing to to let go of. Actually, they're actually a good price at the moment in comparison to before, because their upper floor price, if assuming you're talking about the Shiboshis, was about 1.5 ETH or close to 1.5 ETH. And it settled at then 1.2 ETH, and now it's actually gone below. And these Shiboshis are currently 1.8. That's actually pretty low, and that's because the market is really focused on purchasing, you know, crypto at the moment rather than NFTs. So the price of the Shiboshis has gone down, and And this could actually be a good point. You could actually make an offer for about 1.6. I currently hold two Shiboshis, and I'm starting to see, um, yeah, you see these offers here. They're now really low. People are offering zero point 0.4 of a Shiboshi. So at this stage, if anyone is really desperate to buy, I would buy this Shiboshi. Have a look at that. This one has got Ryoshi armor and Jamaican Rastafari hat. I would probably get this Shiboshi. That's a cool looking Shiboshi. Okay, Remo asks, can I do? Actually, I'm just going to keep scrolling back so I can try and get everyone's answers. Um, I don't think Elon Musk holds any SHIB yet. He's publicly said that he only holds three positions in crypto. That's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge, and he may have another one. But at this stage, he hasn't said if he owns any SHIB. It'll be cool if he did. Can I do the math for 1 billion SHIB? Yeah, certainly. What price do you want 1 billion SHIB to go to, mate? 1 billion SHIB is currently worth about 38. So for this year, to answer your question, Remo, if we flip Doge, you're going to be looking at close to 80 grand, because Doge is actually 32. So that's 1 billion is going to be close to 80 grand. And you can expect that in November at SHIB's current trajectory, according to my expectations, which don't mean much. And if we can add another, let's say 15 billion towards December, yeah, we'll say 60 billion, then you are looking at least 150,000 for holding 1 billion SHIB. Just that's to answer your question, Remo. And I won't factor in burns yet because the burns, and I don't think they're significant enough yet to change the circulating supply. Douglas says, what will my 206 million SHIB be? Your 206 million, basically, I'll just do it in reverse. A good case scenario would be 30K, towards December. That's if SHIB gets to a 60 billion market cap. And this is entirely possible, guys, because remember, Bitcoin is going to be pumping right up until um, well, expected at least 80K. So as that happens, the market is going to continue heating up. So there's very strong potential for this happening. And anyway, when Bitcoin was very close to its current price, Dogecoin was actually 90 billion. So I think I'm being very, very, very conservative by giving this. If we got to 90 billion, Douglas Pinky, if we got to 90 billion, I'd be happy for you. I'm just going to take you to December at 90 billion, 50K. And I think all this is actually within the realm of possibility. I try to keep very conservative, but that's assuming like some asteroid doesn't come and hit Earth. You know, um, that can certainly happen. Can we eat a zero before the end of the year? Yes, we can. I think so. In fact, this simulation which I've just done eats a zero. If we get to 90 billion or even less, we would have eaten a zero. If we get to 76 billion, we would have eaten a zero. So Jamaican Punch, that's an answer to your question, right? When do I think SHIB will reach 1 cent? I've got a whole video which actually describes this. So Garth the jeweler, if you look through my videos, probably in the last 10 videos, I did one big video where I actually did a very in detailed description on how we can get to 1 cent. To answer your question, I did a simulation of us reaching 1 cent at around about 2025, and that was based off Bitcoin reaching 500K according to a certain analyst. So you could try that. Yes, Patrick Denning. Yeah, it'll be good for SHIB to eat another zero. Mr. Kumar, I also hold the same amount of SHIB as you. So Mr. Kumar, 500 mil. So we're looking at December, 500 mil, mate. Close to me. We'll be close to 100K. Close to 100K, assuming we get a 70 billion market cap, and that's in very good conditions. So Mr. Kumar, if we ever get to 100K, mate, you need to hit me up. We need to like buy each other a drink. What do you think? Okay, when do I think the burning would really affect the price? When it gets to something significant, because if you've had a look, that's a good question. I'll try and see if I can answer you. Um, what's the best way to answer you? Okay, cool. I do have something for Shib burns. Just trying to see. Does anyone know where that site is for Shib burns? Okay, I'll look at it and I'll let you guys know. Shibburn.com, I think it is. Okay, cool. This site here, shibburn.com, it shows all the burn transactions which happen um, all the time. I think according to this, like anytime someone sends their SHIB to this wallet address, that's effectively a burn. So all these are happened. So 21 minutes, the last burn which took place was a Shiboshi name change burn, which was 3.7. So that's happening, every so often. But I'm actually seeing the rate is slowing down. So it looks like in the past 4 hours, only looks like what's that? Six Shiboshis were burned. Before we were burning like almost every minute. So this burn rate has actually started to go down. So that's why I think that it'll take a while for these to be significant. It'll be good if after 12 months, if we can burn half a trillion just with Shiboshi burns alone, but we'll need a whole lot more before I can start talking about you know anything else. Okay, 10 mil. Okay, what about 10 mil SHIB? I think I did a 10 mil SHIB um, price simulation once, but okay. Um, okay, the last request I'll take a 10 million SHIB request because I think a lot of people are asking, but somebody asked also for 300 mil. So yours, for the person who said 300 mil SHIB, you're looking um, at this rate, you're looking at the very least 60K. 60K if the market continues to look at Shiba Inu favorably and we get lots of big scale sort of investors. That's what you're looking at. So 10 mil SHIB, what would that look like? 10 million SHIB, that'll be close to 2,000. So I don't know how much you initially bought that, but if you bought it during the time when Shiba Inu was not very, if you got it during these points in time, yeah, like during around here, I actually think you'd be up quite significantly. You'd be up quite significantly. That's what I would think. Can you live stream when we eat the next zero? Yeah, sure, mate. I'll do my best. That's right. Let's go, Shiba Inu. Yutunaga says, I have only 48,000 SHIB. We all started somewhere, and everyone has to start somewhere. So, welcome to the SHIB army. Sentry Sam asks, "Hey Ace, do you lose an amount of SHIB when you unstake at ShibaSwap? Also, after holding a, I don't think you lose any. Actually, I think technically you're supposed to gain a little bit of SHIB because I think part of the rewards for staking SHIB is that actually you gain SHIB as well. You gain 3 rewards, even though now it's all going to get turned into bone. But I think you get a bit of Ethereum, a bit of Bone, and you get a bit of SHIB. But the SHIB you can only see it when you unstake. So when you unstake your SHIB balance should actually increase. Manasta, you'll buy me a drink. Oh, thanks, bro. I could do with a drink. Okay, Rajesh, at a 60 billion market cap, how much would 100 million SHIB be? Let's find out, mate. Okay, let's give us a 60 bill market cap, and you said 100 mil SHIB. Okay, if I got this correct, looks like it'll be about 15,000. So to answer your question, Rajesh Pinky, at 100 million SHIB at a 60 billion market cap would be 15,000. John Marsh says possible if you had a Coinbase Pro account or an institutional type of account. Shib, Shib New Zealand, you want to get blazed? That would be cool. It's been a while since I got blazed, but no, I have only 300 million SHIB. You just put that's awesome. 300 million SHIB is a huge amount. That's close to how much I have. Did you say 300 or 30? I can't tell. Oh, Ace, your math for 1 billion was at the current price. Oh, was it? Oh, I guess you're right. Sorry, mate. Let's do it again. So this is at this price. 100 million. Okay, cool. So, oh, I see what you're saying, Remo. Okay, so Remo, well, the value actually wouldn't change. Like 100 billion would always still like what you probably meant was what would be your profit, meaning how much would you have bought your SHIB for? But I think like what 100, 1 billion SHIB, uh, the prices will always be based on what the current value is, unless we're misunderstanding each other. So just you can just clarify for me. SHIB target price this month. Um, this month, Suraba Mishra, to answer your question, ooh, we are at our all-time high right now. I would love it if we broke 20 billion in the next week. And I can't say for this month because there's a lot of really weird factors, but I think November is a great, really good month for us to flip Doge, and I think that happens. That can happen in November. My personal, I'm always conservative, so I'm just going to put it at November. I'm happy to be wrong. I was actually happy. I was wrong for October because I think I had an extremely conservative projection. I knew October was going to pump, but I didn't think it was going to pump until I didn't think it was going to pump as early as it did. That's right, Sentry Sham. Yeah, it does yield staking does yield a bit of SHIB. Okay, Alex Van Bar says, can you explain more about forming pairs in ShibaSwap? I have 5 pairs from the beginning of ShibaSwap and did not change until now. Are people switching this the whole time? Alex, let's have a look, right? We're going to go here. So this is ShibaSwap. So I suppose it depends on which pairs you're referring to. You can create pairs by going here. Like if you go to dig, you can create a pair and and after you create a pair, it can be actually any pair that you like, but then there's certain pairs, if that pair happens to be what's called a woofable pair, you'll get additional rewards in bone. Let me see if I'm answering your question. You said you have 5 pairs from the beginning of ShibaSwap. So if those 5 pairs which you're referring to, if they're in this section here, you should be receiving bone. For it's just that I haven't connected my wallet, but then there'll be an extra button if you click over here. It'll show how much bone you would have received at the moment. And yes, some people have been switching theirs. When I was yield farming, that's what I would do. Sometimes I would have a certain amount in the shib bone pair, and then I would also have maybe in the leash bone pair and maybe something else. And if I found that the yield wasn't high, for example, just by going by these numbers here, if I had a pair in uni wheat and it was only yielding me 29%, sometimes I would sell everything here. I would take all my amount out of uni ETH, and then I would put it into a pair which is yielding very high. So that's what I would do. So and then I'll just put it all into here, and then the more that I do that, I'll start accumulating more bone. So basically that's the strategy. You tend to put your bone, your pairs where it's yielding the highest. Yeah, and yes, many people have been switching it up. Epic wants a 30 mil. Let's have a look. So at this price, 30 mil SHIB, I'm going to give, I'll triple us. If we triple our market cap, um, you're looking at in my view, a low. If the bull market continues to go um, as it is and as it's expected, you're looking at a low of maybe 3 grand. And if we can match Dogecoin's all-time high by December, to answer your question, 30 mil SHIB would be maybe about maybe 6,000. 1 billion, I think I answered that one before. Have I visited New Zealand? No, mate, I would love to go to New Zealand, especially in summer though. I'd like to go in summer. I love, but I will. I mean, like, we're so close, so I think at some point very soon I will visit New Zealand, right? Yep. And then I'll come visit you, and then you can. I heard there's a really good burger place. I love burgers, so if I come there, I'm sure you know what it is. Yeah, there's a burger place which apparently is the best in the region. I want to try that when I go to New Zealand. Swiss Ecoline says, see the dead wallet is increasing nicely. Yes, that's awesome. Says, what would be the main contribution? At the moment, I haven't looked at it, but I know the biggest contribution, or at least the most frequent contribution, is the SHIB burns. Oh, Michael IMV said he got 1 billion, and you got it at, when we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 149. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I like to hear. Okay, let's go. I'm going to adjust this price, and we're going to do 149. If I'm correct, what Mike here is saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he had 1 billion SHIB. So Michael IMV, if I'm correct, did you pay about 1,500 US when you bought at this point? That's how much SHIB that you would have bought. That's actually really good, because it means that, yeah, you definitely would have made an absolute killing right now, because I think a billion SHIB at the moment isn't that like worth 50K or something? Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that's cool, Rajesh. Yeah, you can grab the pack at the moment. Actually, I've got it down at about 16 USD at the moment, and I have it at what I call a launch special. So I'll probably take it back to normal price in at the end of October. But I'm still deciding. What? Michael IMV, you said you have 4.99 trillion. That's huge. So you must be one of the big wallets. Douglas Pinky said you made $14 on staking SHIB. Was that with Ryoshi? With Ryoshi Vision? Because yeah, I think at the moment the Ryoshi rewards are worth about $14. And I'm gonna sign off in about 5 minutes, guys. Fantastic. Yeah. So the news of the moment. As you guys know, SHIB is absolute pumping at the moment, and looks like we are holding this quite well. We're holding it quite well. SHIB is listed on several exchanges at the moment, pretty much everywhere except Robinhood. And Robinhood is going to list us anytime soon. I definitely see that. The charts are looking fantastic. We've had this huge surge recently. I'll look on the 1 day chart. We've been pumping very, very well just over this past 24 hours. That's quite fantastic. Michael IMV says, "What's good with Saitama? Everything is good with Saitama. Saitama has been absolutely killing it at the moment." Do I think Bone will move back to $15? Not this year, not this year, but I think Bone will have its time at a certain particular point in time. I think once we start listing more pairs on ShibaSwap and the TVL starts increasing, Bone and with a lot of more of the attention coming on ShibaSwap, I do think Bone token will get more relevance. So a good scenario for Bone would be $15 next year, maybe. I just haven't run a simulation at the moment. Yeah, Shib Army New Zealand says if you're enjoying this live stream as much as I am, smash that like button and subscribe to our voice channel. Yeah, that'll be awesome, guys. If you'd certainly like to do that. Um, I'm using a simple software. It doesn't show me who's even live at the moment, so I don't really get to see a lot of things. But I appreciate anyone who's watching at this moment. Charles Hand says, "Are we getting more rewards for betting at these prices?" I think the rewards will remain the same as long as your position or everyone else's position remains the same. However, the values might go up, particularly as Bone increases. The price of Bone has been steadily increasing. It's now gone up to 16%. So technically, the value of your things will also increase, which is fantastic. Do I expect Saitama to come up to 0.00002 by next year? I haven't built a Saitama calculator at the moment. I am an early investor in Saitama, and do I think it will? So I can't answer you about that price. I do know that it has um, a very high circulating supply, but that they deliberately like that. So I wouldn't look at price as an indicator so much. I would look more for Saitama Inu. Just look at the market cap. As soon as that market cap, because I think at the moment they're smashing it. They're at a 1.5 billion market cap. This is a Shiba Inu live stream, so I'm going to try avoid talking about Saitama, but um, I'll just quickly have a look. Like, look at that. They have a 2.3 billion market cap at the moment, but they're still showing at 27. So what that actually means, for those of you guys who are interested, like Saitama is doing so well at the moment, like phenomenally well. Um, if I scroll down to at a 2.5 billion, this is actually where Saitama should be. I'm just going to show you. At a 2.5 billion market cap, Saitama should be in the top 60 right now, and that's phenomenal. They launched this year, guys, and they technically should be in the top 60, but for whatever reason, this is actually not reflecting like in the market. So when that does, a lot of people are going to see that Saitama is going buck wild. But today's day is about Shiba Inu. It says, how do we transfer SHIB from ShibaSwap to another wallet? It depends if you have it staked. If you're in ShibaSwap, if you have it staked, what you should do is head well. If you just head over here, I'm assuming you're talking about SHIB. You go to Berry SHIB, and once it loads, I don't have my wallet connected, so it's not going to work. You'll have to click unstake when the property opens. I think you click here unstake, then unstake however amount you want, whether it's 25% or 100%. When you click that, click approve, take it out. When you do that and pay your gas fees, it'll go back into your wallet. Then once you're in your wallet, you can use that to send to any wallet address that you want. And someone says, "Is the Shiba Burn playlist legit?" I haven't tested it out, but a lot of people are covering it, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Manasta says, yeah, because my Tama is a self-declared market cap. Those are my thoughts exactly. Saitama it's got this orange thing here saying it's self-declared. Like by the returns which we've been getting from Saitama, it's very likely that it's true. So when this gets verified, Saitama is going to surprise the world. And I think that's a good time to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been awesome. It's my first live stream, and I thank you for your support, guys. I'll probably try and work on a video for next time round. Any last minute questions? You have about 60 seconds to throw them in. And congratulations to all the SHIB Army holders. We are doing so well. SHIB to the moon. We're ranked number 13. We're killing it. We're coming for Dogecoin. You know, El Cabo asks, you says you can't connect your DeFi wallet to ShibaSwap. ShibaSwap only accepts a Coinbase wallet and MetaMask wallet. So if you could be if you're using those ones, you shouldn't have a problem. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm about to round up. This has been awesome. Hopefully, we can continue to hold this momentum. I'll check you guys out for another at another video, hopefully today, but definitely tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. This is Ace. Peace.